Have you seen the prices of Burgundy these days? Boy, howdy, let me tell you. And we hear that a lot, and it's justified. It's warranted. For the most part, it's correct. Our job here is to rectify that in one way or another, either by finding great versions of top wines from top vineyards and offering them more reasonable prices, or find those secret vineyards, the vineyards that some people on a basic glance at a Burgundy map might sit there and go, oh, it's not Grand Cru, okay, well, not interested, not my concern, right? We're very good at doing that. We're very good at finding the secret vineyards, shopping out these little patches of dirt that should have a little more run than they do, right? And today's wine is a case in point. This is the Puligny Montrachet Les Enseigneres from Guillemard Clerc. Now, the good thing with Guillemard Clerc is they're a very small property. They're not a known property, right? You know, people aren't talking about them in chat rooms. But in fact, Guillemard Clerc is the third generation to grow grapes from their small property. I'm sure they sold to a lot of top flight domains or in the Negos system. You know, they did a lot of great Negos work, etc. But she recently started making wine, I think 2003, memory serves, somewhere around there. So she's only been at it about 20 years. And they have some prime parcels of dirt, these guys do. And when I'm talking about prime, okay, we can talk about, yeah, they have Grand Cru, they have Bienvenue Betard. But what's even more prime is this vineyard. Les Enseigneres is one of those great secret vineyards. We have no idea why it's not at least Premier Cru. No clue. I'm sure there's an excuse somewhere. There's something in the, where they're drawing up lines or whatever. I mean, there's so many great stories, so much politics in Burgundy, so much BS, so much backstabbing and Burgundy was not a very nice place, for a long time, and not very kind to outsiders, not very kind. But what it does do is it opens the door for opportunities for wines like these. So Les Enseigneres is the vineyard directly below the Grand Crus of Bienvenue Betard and Betard. Serious real estate. Look at the map on the email offer, and you'll see just how serious this real estate is. It extends to one side to the left, and you have Chassagne-Montrachet, Enseigneres, spelled slightly differently with an A instead of an E. And then the Puligny part is spelled Enseigneres with an E. And this is a very excellent patch of dirt. Wonderful spot for Chardonnay. And in this case, if we're not mistaken, and we could be called out on this, but I've done a lot of research, Guillemard Clerc's rows might be at the top of Enseigneres, which would be directly below Bienvenue Betard. They even make a point to state on the back, situation, 5 meters under the lane to the AOC Grand Cru. Basically, translated the Route de Grand Cru. They're basically 15 feet below the Route de Grand Cru, and the Route de Grand Cru separates Bienvenue Betard and Enseigneres. So, yeah, they're close. It's less, it's not even a rock throw. It's, I don't know, it's 15 feet. Incredible. I love Burgundy. I love these little next door neighbor wines. These vineyards like Blanchot des Sioux and Dantachien, these little patches of just greatness that no one really acknowledges because they don't have Premier Cru or Grand Cru on them. In fact, they're village level vineyards. But fact of the matter is all the top guys in Burgundy know this vineyard. So if you're a fan of Cocheterie, if you're a fan of Ramonet, if you're a fan of Loire, if you're a fan of Marc Collin, if you're a fan of the Carillon brothers, all of them do Puligny Enseigneres. Did I tell you something? And theirs are not cheap. Loire's is 10 grand. Cocheterie's is what, 1,500 bucks? I don't know. Ramonet's is like 300 or 400 bucks. It's a very special vineyard. Well, let's taste why. So 23 vintage, juicy vintage, fruit forward vintage, and a vintage where there's wine, right? 21, no wine. 24, again, you'll be hearing this, no wine. 22, 23, there's an opportunity to actually secure wine from these vineyards. Amazing. But with climate change, we got hail and frost and all these ins and outs and weird weather situations, and it's just playing havoc on the yields in Burgundy. So much more inconsistent yields in Burgundy than we've seen in the past. And that's not going to change anytime soon. Let's take a look at this. These guys are pretty straight up. Maybe 20% new oak, Allier is their preferred tonnelier, or type of style of oak. I'm sorry, not tonnelier, but forest. And yeah, they do batonnage. Yeah, just basic Burgundy stuff here. They're not reinventing the wheel with regards to the vinification. Flowers. So for me, Puligny is more about elegance, more about delicacy with power. Puligny Montrachet always has this floral character, this urgent brightness. It's less stony, but with more focus and precision, I think, than a lot of the Chassagne Montrachet wines, just to the south. So a lot of the Chassagne Montrachet Premier Crus can be a bit easy, and Puligny, I think, has a little more structure, a little more verticality to it. But, ooh. This wine actually has a little more cut than I anticipated, which is a great thing. I think some of the 23s might lack a little like zowie, and this wine is humming. I love that because it has all the richness of Puligny Montrachet. Let's not forget, this isn't Chablis. Puligny Montrachet, Chassagne Montrachet, the Grand Crus are the Grand Crus because of their richness, allied to complexity and elegance. They're not lean wines. They are not skeletal wines. This Puligny is packed with fruit. Very rich, beautiful, generous. But it has the florals. There are some streaks of minerality here, which a lot of times you don't get that. It's here. Ooh, what a gorgeous drink. That is some serious ass Chardonnay. So here's the deal. I already told you, a lot of the wines from this area sell for, Loise is 10 grand, Ramonaise is $400, Cocherie is $1,500. Even the other guys I mentioned, Marc Colin, Carillon, those wines are like $150, $200 a bottle. So the beauty of this bad boy, it's under $80, which for a top Ludi Puligny great wine, this is a steal. Where we've seen some of the biggest increase in Burgundy prices is actually with the whites. You can't touch top-notch, basic village white Burgundy, for the most part, under $100 now. Not to mention a vineyard of this caliber for a producer like this. Man, remarkable price. As anything else, even though we can offer it this year, past years we haven't been able to offer it, we just sell it. This year we can offer some, so we have enough. That being said, there's not a ton. We're talking 50, 60, 100 bottles? Maybe 120 bottles. That's not a lot of a wine of this caliber at this price. Absolutely stunning wine from the Guillemard Clercs. Great vineyard, great story, secret weapon wine. Get some.